So next we have Frank DeSomma joining us, and he's the CEO of Patriot Ordnance Factory. What's going on, Frank?
How are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good. So talk to me. A lot of people, well, I can't say a lot, but I know there are a lot of people out there who aren't too familiar with POF. So how did things get started? What made you want to start Patriot Ordnance?
Oh, I guess Patriot Ordnance Factory, we incorporated in 2002. 2004, we sold the first piston-driven AR-15 M16 guns on the market. 2007, we came out with the 308 style ones, like the AR-10s. So we've been doing for quite some time now piston-driven ARs. We finally do offer a DI platform, but I chose the piston system because it'll run and run and run extremely heavy and operate cooler because you're not inducing the heat with the normal direct impingement into the operating system, the action, where the action moves back and
you know, there's a lot of people out there who like to kind of argue back and forth about the merits of the piston system versus direct impingement, and they say, oh, it's pretty much the same, yada 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 yada. I tend to be a fan of a pingent. I mean, not pingent. I tend to be a fan of the piston system. So what would you say to those people who kind of minimize the merits of the piston system versus direct impingement?
I think it's the greatness of America. No, it is freedom, our individual right of choice. It's a wonderful thing. You're doing what you do today because of freedom. Same here with me. America gave me an opportunity. Some oddball that never built a gun. Who the hell is Patriot Ordnance Factory in Phoenix, Arizona? We're a firearms manufacturer, and individuals with their individual right of choice gave us an opportunity. And what I can tell you is this. It's pretty simple. When it comes to harsh, heavy, demanding use, do you know of any belt-fed squad automatics that are direct impingement?
Nope, I don't personally.
I wonder why. They're all piston driven, or the German versions of the older guns were roller delay, like an MG42.
Gotcha.
So they didn't induce because the gas tube is a weak link in the system, and people may argue or whatever, and there's ways to enhance it, but it was designed to be a lightweight gun. Is the piston system slightly heavier? Heavier, of course, but you're talking ounces. You're not talking pounds. You're talking ounces. So we chose, instead of being Me Too, which we will never be, we choose to create and innovate. I mean, look at Remington. Remington is 200 years old this year, 2016. That's a wonderful thing for an American citizen like myself. Proud of. Here's an American manufacturer that's 200 years in existence. I should be pining, being a young firearms company, to be as great of an entity as they are. But guess what? The greatness of freedom, our individual right of choice, and innovation. I build a firearm that goes toe-to-toe with anything they produce as we speak in 2016. That's the greatness of America. Chase your dreams, work hard, perseverance, never quit. A never quit attitude is what it takes to succeed in America.
I think people tend to
place in the country to live, in the world. I mean, excuse me.
I think people forget. One of the things that have been pointed out to me before in my past is people forget that America is a land of opportunity, not guaranteed success.
Bingo.
And it's one of the only places in the world, one of the few places in the world where you literally can come from the gutter, and you're not relegated to staying there because of a caste system or because your family was poor, right?
Bingo.
and you can reach the pinnacle, you can reach the top, and
you can fall on your butt and pick yourself up and still try to succeed. But guess what? There's nothing denying this. At the end of the day, if our mind is about us, on your deathbed, you can't lie to yourself. Do you want to go and live life, or do you want to watch it pass by and say, I could have, I should have?
Oh, yeah.
There's no control, alternate, delete, the restart. You don't get a second chance. That's it. Now, it's weird. I did say goodbye in 1992. I had a brain tumor.
Mm-hmm.
My father died on Father's Day that same year at 51.
Sorry about that.
3 months later, I found out I had a brain tumor. I could have definitely cried to Social Security and went on Social Security and never worked again and be dependent on the government for a handout. I will never want that to happen to me nor my family. I'm a man.
Yeah.
I support my family and my children and my wife, and I will always be there working with whatever I have left. And my God, so I lost hearing in one ear. Woohoo. How many veterans that signed in blood to defend our country have came back with a lot less? Poor me. I'm deaf in one ear. Big whoop.
Yep.
Man up.
I love it, man. I got to say, Frank, man, I'm a person, I have a very passionate personality, and your passion is incredibly infectious. And I love it. I absolutely love it. And, for me, we kind of have the same background from the standpoint that you started building guns with no experience in the gun industry. I got into guns with no prior background in firearms whatsoever, but yet you and I are here with this incredible, insatiable passion for firearms. What do you think is fueling your passion for firearms at this point? Because you have an aerospace, a manufacturing background. So what do you think fuels that?
I started from the ground floor in manufacturing, but I worked my way to a process engineer. Mm-hmm. So I determined how products would be manufactured in our facility at the most efficient, effective way. And making a firearm is just another piece of metal, but it was a hobby. Gotcha. And when I was growing up, me and my friends never thought of this. I always get asked this by my friends. It was like, when we were younger, we worried about our cars and trucks and Jeeps, and we went chasing skirts, right? Girls. Well, that was our attention. But when we hunted, took the traditional bolt gun or lever action that grandpa or our father showed us and did that. So it's kind of unique trying to show the modern day with the war fighter that's coming back. That's, an American patriot now because they're part of our culture, our veterans, and a bunch of people accepting like an AR-15 or an AR-10 for hunting. I just came back from an elk hunt last week over the weekend. Yeah. 400-yard shot, one shot, an ethical kill. Mm-hmm. It was great. I got to put meat in for my family, steaks, hamburgers, sausage, beef jerky. I mean, those are, and from good meat, good healthy meat. So being able to do that with the type of products like we make, which is meant for harsh environments. Yeah. We were in snow up to a foot in mud. I would get worried taking my dad's or my grandfather's bolt gun rifle that's absolutely gorgeous and getting it all rusted or cracked wooden stock or whatever. So modern-day sporting rifle is a wonderful thing, especially in the environments that we live in, from extreme heat to extreme cold.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I've actually never had the pleasure of actually shooting one of your rifles, so I look forward to changing that here pretty soon. But I really do appreciate you joining us today, Frank. It's a pleasure, and I hope you join us again.
Come by at the SHOT Show.
Okay.
And come see the Revolution.
The Revolution.
The Revolution. We have a gun called the Revolt. It's a straight pull bolt action, but the Revolution is 7.62 by 51, 308. Okay. Shot in the frame of an AR-15. That's why we call it the Revolution, because it's
revolutionary. Awesome.
Literally revolutionary. And that's the greatness of America. Freedom breeds innovation, and we exist because of innovation. We will never stop creating and innovating. That's the greatness of America. Freedom, freedom, freedom.
I love it. I freaking love it. Thank you very much, Frank, man. And you have a good one.
You too. Yeah. Thank you so much for allowing us time on your show today.
Oh, man, anytime. You need to come back and join us again, man.
We will.
Absolutely.
We will, in a heartbeat. Take care.
Yes, sir. You too.
God bless.
Absolutely. Stay with us. After the break, we're going to talk about a new kind of social media shooting experience when we come back.